Hey, what's going on, JJ Crew, and welcome to my fellow Vanguardians. Today we're flying into Chalice Beach and testing out the new Super Hornet Mark II. Scooter was kind enough to let me borrow his new Hornet, even though I crashed one of them earlier while trying to run a Protect Pyro contract. I was already in the neighborhood of Pyro 4, so I decided to drop by and see if I could get some PvP action in the new combat ship. For those of you who don't know how it compares against the standard Mark II Hornet and the S7A military variant, it has slightly slower turn rates and accelerations, but also has slightly increased hull HP from 12,751 HP for the base model, 13,051 for the S7A, and 15,250 for the Super Hornet. It also happens to have an extra size 1 shield, which is very useful for keeping you in the fight longer. The Super Hornet also has both 8 size 1 and 8 size 2 missiles as opposed to the S7C and S7A, which only have 8 size 1 or 8 size 2 respectively. This ship in particular is equipped with CF laser repeaters and tarantula cannons on the ball turret. First impressions are pretty good for use in the PU. You can definitely feel the slower speeds, but having the additional shield definitely came in handy for fighting the Connie. If not for the extra strength, I would have had to get distance from the ship in order to regen shields. Instead, I was able to stay in the fight long enough to take down the ship, despite having turrets firing on me from the Connie. Are you going in a nav? No. It's cycling. While PvP purists tend to understate the effectiveness of missiles, there's no denying their usefulness. Having an extra 8 missiles is a pretty significant advantage over the other Hornets. They can be used as great openers or for discouraging pilots from trying to nav out of combat. I'm not exactly sure what the Firebird here was trying to accomplish at Chalice, but what I do know is that I do not like seeing one flying near my AO. Looked like we had a moment of desync where it took me a second to reacquire the target. The directional indicators need to be more clear in my opinion and stick out more on the screen. It can be very easy to lose track of in combat with all the other HUD elements and warnings on display. Yeah, I don't know yet. Weird. There's our tracking. I'm not sure if ramming this Polaris was the Firebird's intent all along, but he clearly didn't get enough speed to actually do any damage. 450 meters per second is the minimum for taking out a Polaris. Well, okay. We let the C-1 fly around for a few minutes before it started shooting at one of our pilots. At that point, he left us little to no choice. Usually if we see a cargo ship, we'll watch it to see if it's actually looking to run cargo before deciding to engage. Otherwise, it's fair game here in Pyro. The Spirit series is quite resilient though, it can take quite a bit of damage before going boom. There it is, nice. Torissimo? The Starlancer is probably my favorite multi-crew ship in the game. The living space, cargo, and weapon loadout makes it perfect for running PvE missions with the 3-person crew. Unfortunately, the low HP makes it risky to roll with in Pyro and definitely shouldn't be used in PvP. Hopefully the attack will be a little more durable. It's still a great ship though, I've been enjoying it far more than I thought I would have when it was announced. It's going the wrong way. I think it's trying to cycle shields. I actually haven't spent much time at all flying the Spirit ships in game. With the durability though, I might have to give them a shot. They seem to make for a pretty good solo daily driver. I'm not a big fan of the design though, I'd much prefer the Zeus even though the stats are technically worse. My favorite daily driver is still the 325A. It's one of my favorite looking ships in the game, and it was also my starter many years ago. Poor guy. Yeah. Later I jumped into the turret with Beef on its Heartseeker. This package has 2 size 4 Gatlings on the ball turret, but loses the extra missiles. I was using the manual aim, which worked fine for some of the engagements, but probably lost us the last fight. Especially since I also forgot to toggle gimbal mode as well. I'm just not used to turret gunning, I guess. It was still an enjoyable fight. Apparently you can also fly the ship from the co-pilot seat if you're the only one in it, although the view isn't too great. Oh, on our left. You get shot at. Above, left. Straight down. Apple Jacks. Oh. Yep. Alright. Like I mentioned earlier, I crashed the first ship I took out with Scooter. I was definitely feeling the lack of upward acceleration I was used to with the other ships. At least that's the excuse I tell myself. Definitely wasn't just because I'm a worse pilot than I actually think I am. We also found out later we could have just done this mission from the air, so apparently the whole situation could have been avoided. Overall, I really enjoyed this ship. If you're looking to run PvE bounties with it, I think it could make a great addition to your hangar. In terms of PvP combat, maneuverability with acceleration and turn rate is king. The extra health and shield HP is nice, but it's no substitute for actually being able to evade incoming damage. For now, I would stick to other fighters like the S7A, Saber, and the Gladius. It's always fun to play outside the norm though, so don't let anyone shame you for flying off meta. Hope you all enjoyed this first impression, and I'll see you all in the verse. Oh, this might be bad.